Are you an international registered nurse that wants to work in the USA and are wondering what are the perks of working in the United States? In today's videos, we are going to be discussing all the benefits that you can earn while being a nurse in the United States. So without wasting any time, let's dive right in. Hello friends and family, welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, I want to tell you that I'm Karen Zedwin. I've been a registered nurse in the United States for about 6 years, and on this channel, I discuss how international nurses can get a job in the United States, and I also help international registered nurses, mostly from Pakistan, get through their NCLEX RN journey with flying colors. So in today's video, we will be talking about the perks or the benefits of working as a registered nurse in the United States. Now, we all know that nursing is a tough but a very rewarding career throughout the world. Whether you are a seasoned nurse or a new nurse that's considering a career as a registered nurse in the United States, there are a ton of benefits that makes it worth to be a nurse in the United States. So in this video, I'm going to share a ton of perks or benefits of being a nurse in USA and also how you can grow as a nurse in USA. So don't forget to stick around till the end of this video, as it is going to be a very informative video for all the nurses that are planning to come to USA as a registered nurse. So the number one perk is job security and high demand. First up, let's talk about high job security. The healthcare industry in USA is booming. According to US Bureau of Labor Statistics, nursing is fastest growing profession in the USA. This is mainly due to aging population and the continuous need for healthcare services. All the people that are here who are getting old, they need a lot of medical attention. Because of all the researches that have been taking place and all the advancements in medicine, the average age of a human being has extended way more. And because of that, the need of healthcare services has gone high, and a lot of people are seeking healthcare advice, and that's how the demand for nurses have grown in the past few years. Nurses are always in high demand. There are so many avenues that you can choose from, whether it be a hospital setting, a clinic, a school, a nursing home, or even a home care setting. And given the ongoing shortage of nurses, the opportunities are abundant. This means that if you are a nurse, you're not just making a difference, but it also comes with a lot of job stability and opportunities to grow your career as a registered nurse here in the United States. Let me tell you something, you don't have to worry about finding a job in the United States if you're a registered nurse. It is guaranteed, and I'm telling you with my own experience that you can literally quit one job and get another job the very next day. There are so many places you can work as a registered nurse here in USA. There are so many growth opportunities. There are so many avenues you can choose from. If you don't like working in a hospital setting, that's fine. You can go do home care. There are remote jobs available now for registered nurses. You can literally stay at home and work 5 days a week and get paid very well. You can literally drive around if you're a home care nurse, just visit people and then come back home. You get paid for that. You can choose hospice, where you're literally just caring for people that are in their end of life. You just have to visit them, give them their medications, just console the family, talk to them, and come back home. You can also work in a school with children and just manage their healthcare needs. There is so much to choose from. There are so many opportunities that you can choose from. So a job for a registered nurse in the United States is guaranteed. There is no if, buts, and whys. If you want to work in the United States as a nurse, and if you get your license here, you can land a job the very next day. There is no problems at all getting a job in here. And the hiring process, the companies have made it very simpler. You just apply for everything online, and then they interview you over the phone, and if you pass that interview, most of the time they would just call you just to screen you once more and to meet you face to face. Once that's done, they're going to give you a hire date. You just have to go through some hiring process and you get hired. It is as simple as that. Another huge perk is competitive salary. I always talk about this in all my videos. The salaries here are United States are off the hook. In my last video, I also compared some countries and what they are paying their nurses, and of course United States was on top. You can make so much money here as a nurse that you cannot even imagine. The average schedule here for nurses is 12-hour shifts 3 days a week, and whatever you work after that, as soon as you pass your 40 hours a week, it's overtime. You can work as much as you want and make as much money as you can. There is no limits to it. The more you work, the more money you're gonna make. And depending on your specific location and experience, on average, a nurse can make about $60,000 to $100,000 every year. But this is just to start off with. You can literally double this amount if you work overtime or if you get hired in a better state like California, here in the Bay Area. Nurses make so much money that you cannot even imagine. There are so many channels on YouTube. I watch those videos myself, and there are nurses that have been making $500,000 to $600,000 every year. So there are no limits to making money in USA as a registered nurse. And then if you become a nurse practitioner or a nurse anesthetist and some other specialties, there is no limit to how much money you can make. Once you start growing in your career, you get a management position, your wage gets higher and higher. That's not to mention the benefits like health insurances, retirement plans, and paid time off. On average, a nurse in USA get about 30 days of paid time off. That includes your vacation days, your sick hours, your family sick hours, and those are all paid. So nursing here in the United States is not just about a bigger paycheck, it's also about a security for your family and yourself. Now, the third thing I want to talk about as a perk for working in the United States is job flexibility and work-life balance. It is very important to talk on such subject, as in a lot of the countries, you don't get job flexibilities. I still remember when I was working in Pakistan, my schedule was so bad. I used to work 2 days a week, day shifts, then 2 days evening shifts, and then another 2 days was my night shifts, and then I used to get 2 days off. I was so stuck in my life, I felt like there is nothing else I could do just because of the schedule that I was working, and there was no way for me to change my schedule, as that was one of the best hospitals and I wanted to work for them, and I didn't want to work for any other hospitals at that time just to get that experience. But they would not change my schedule. You don't have fixed schedules over there. You have to work days, evening, nights. It is very unhealthy if you're working that kind of schedule, because you cannot just develop any routine. You always feel tired, and it is very unhealthy to work such schedules. But here in the United States, if you want to work full-time, you can work full-time. As soon as you decide that you want to drop down to part-time and a position's open, you can just work part-time. And part-time is like just 24 hours a week. That's all what you have to work. And if you want to do a per diem job, you just have to go per diem. You just have to give them their availability, and if they have open shifts, they're going to call you and you can go in there and work and just get paid for that day. But work-life balance and job flexibility is so good. Even if you want to call in sick or if you want to go for a vacation, there is no retaliation at all. You can call in sick whenever you want, and it is protected by the federal government. If you're calling in sick, it is protected. There is nothing that your employer can retaliate against you. Or if you want to call family sick, that you're taking care of your children or your parents, there is no way that your employer can retaliate against you in that matter. And if you're someone that likes to travel, there are travel nurse opportunities for experienced nurses where you get to travel. They pay for your hotel, they pay for your ticket. You just go to that place, work a 13-week assignment, and that's it, and then you come back home. And travel nurses make way more money than you can make in a hospital, just because they are literally traveling to some other place. And with travel nurses, I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, all of your salary is not even taxed. There is just a little portion of your money that is going to be taxed. The other portion is not going to be taxed. And that is how you save so much money while working as a travel nurse. And I've mentioned this in my previous videos, that a travel contract, you get paid about $3,000 to $4,000 a week just working for 3 12-hour shifts. During COVID, this went up to $7,000 to $8,000 a week, and I was surprised. These travel nurses were making so much money. So whenever there's a disaster, or you're working like a strike contract where the nurses for the hospital are on strike for different reasons, you can make a lot of money. Like, I remember we just had a strike at the hospital that I work, and I asked one of the nurses how much they're getting paid, and one of the nurses told me she was getting paid $240 an hour. This is a lot of money. You just work a 12-hour shift over there and you can make about almost $3,000 just to work the strike contract. And you don't even have to pay for your travel expenses, your hotel. Everything is taken care of by the hospital that's calling you to work for them or your travel company. Travel nurses make a lot of money, and with that, you get a chance to explore all the different cities here in the United States, all the different states. So a lot of the nurses who like to travel do this too. The only thing that I myself don't like about it is I like job stability. It's hard for me to just go to a new place and adjust to their work environment. But if you're the one that likes traveling and are okay with experiencing new places, new hospitals, you can always consider travel nurses and make way more money than a regular registered nurse. The fourth point I wanted to bring up is personal fulfillment and helping others. One of the most meaningful perks of being a nurse, and one of the biggest reasons that a lot of the people come into healthcare, is to help others and help humanity. Nurses play a crucial role in patient care. You're there with the person during their life's most challenging moments, offering support, healing, and comfort. Every day, nurses make an impact to somebody's life. Like, I remember I've been an ER trauma nurse for so many years now, and it's so fulfilling when you literally bring a dead person to life. We get so many codes where a person is literally dead, and without nurses or doctors or respiratory therapists, this patient would have been gone from this world. But just because of nurses, doctors, and respiratory therapists, we work hard and we literally bring people back to life. And it is very rewarding. I still remember when I first became an ER nurse, and after we would code a patient or bring this patient back to life, I would feel so rewarded, and I will literally come home, discuss it with my family, discuss it with my friend, discuss it with my wife, that how rewarded I feel. So once again, being a nurse is a very rewarding career just on its own. I know it has its drawbacks too, because so many people die in front of you too, and that can take a toll on yourself. But situations like this, where you literally bring a dead person back to life, it really ignites a fire in you, and you really just want to keep going. When I stepped into management, my biggest fear was that I'm gonna lose my skills. But what I decided to do, that I still pick up shifts in the emergency department, so I still don't lose my skills all the way, and I'm still in the game. So whenever I have to work the floor, I am not able to put in an IV, or I'm not able to do a med pass. So once again, it is a very, very rewarding career. And let's not forget the appreciation and the gratitude you receive from patients and their families. The sense of appreciation is incredible, and it makes a lot of difference in your work. My fifth point would be opportunities for growth and development. Another awesome perk of working as a registered nurse in US is growth opportunities. I've stressed this a lot in my previous videos. The growth opportunities in the USA is endless. You can literally do whatever you want. There are so many scholarships available. There are so many loans available for students that will let you just go to school and you can pay it off within a span of 30 years. You can literally do whatever you want with your career here in the United States. It's all about you just working hard. If you're a hard worker, you have a goal, and you know what you want to do, life is very easy in United States. You can literally go ask your school, and they're gonna do all your application. They're gonna apply for loans for you, and they're gonna do everything and get you started as soon as you can. There are so many counseling options available here in schools which are totally free. You can just call a person, talk to them, tell them what you want to do, and they are gonna literally direct you on a path to make sure you get done what you really want to do. If you want to become a nurse practitioner, if you want to become a nurse anesthetist, if you want to become a psych nurse practitioner, if you want to become a neurology nurse practitioner, a critical nurse practitioner, an acute care nurse practitioner, whatever you want to do, they are going to make sure they help you with your advancement and growth. A lot of the workplaces, like the place where I work, they pay most of my education if I want to go to school for something related to my job. And it's not just the place where I work. most of the hospitals here in United States pay for most of your education if you want to grow in your career. All you have to do is just tell them that you want to go to school. There's just a little requirements that you have to fulfill, and they literally pay for you to go to school. How cool is that? And as far as growth is concerned, once you go to school, once you study for something, they make sure that they put you in the role. Like when I graduated with a master's in leadership, I spoke to my director of nursing that, hey, I've just got my master's. Do you have an opportunity so I can excel in my career? And she made sure that as soon as there was a position open for a nursing supervisor and an assistant department manager, she asked me, she literally sent me an email if I'm interested in taking that position. And then they interviewed me. Of course, I had a degree in the same specialty. They made it very easy for me. And I was able to grow in my career. It's not that I just did my master's and it's going to waste. I am literally growing in the career that I went to school for. So there are a lot of growth opportunities. Once you start working in the United States, it's not that you're going to be stuck as a bedside nurse here for the rest of your life. If you like that, you can. But some people, like for me, I always wanted to end up going into management, and here I am. So it totally depends on what you want to do, and the growth opportunities here are endless. You can do whatever you want with your career. I cannot stress this enough. United States, people call it the land of opportunities. I'm going to tell you, it really is. If you don't want to work, that's something else. If you don't want to work hard, that's on you. But if you are a hard worker, you can do whatever you want in this country. The next thing I want to talk about is respect and recognition. Being a nurse in USA comes with a lot of respect and recognition. I still remember when I first graduated as a nurse, I would flex my badge, and wherever I would enter, people would ask me, oh, you're a registered nurse? That is so cool. And then they will literally come and tell me, we are so thankful for what you do. I remember during COVID when I was working as a registered nurse, people would bring us lunches for the entire staff. They would bring us each gift cards. They would bring us coffee. They would bring us different kind of drinks. There was so much that the people would do just to keep us motivated. And I remember each and every person that I attended during COVID, they were so thankful for what nurses do. And I think because of COVID, people really recognized the importance of nurses, and people working in healthcare started getting recognition and more respect from the general public. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but according to a very famous survey, nurses has been ranked as the topmost profession for the most trusted people, or the most trusted profession, for the last 20 years in a row. We nurses are the most trusted profession in the entire industry. People trust us so much with their lives, with their loved ones, with their belongings, and we nurses have been ranked the topmost in the last 20 years in a row. Isn't that so cool? Whenever I hear about such things, it really excites me, and it helps me to become an even better nurse, just because of the appreciation, the respect nurses get from the family members and the patients themselves. In USA, people really value what nurses do. You're not just someone taking care of a patient, you are a trusted part of healthcare and the community. So there you have it. Some of the best perks of being a nurse in USA. From job security to competitive pay to personal fulfillment and career growth. Nursing is not just a career, it's a lifestyle, and it is truly very rewarding, especially in United States. If you're considering a new career, or if you're an international nurse that is planning on coming to the USA, I hope this video gave you some very valuable insights of being a nurse in USA. And if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions on any topics that you want me to make a video on, make sure to drop it down in the comments below. And if you have any questions, or if you want to share your own experience, you can also drop a comment for that. I myself would love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, any comments, you can always reach us on our Instagram or Facebook page as well. I'll be mentioning the links for those below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nursing insights. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, and thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.